This week on Hermitcraft.
Are you in an
the
orange
side
tunnel?
of another tunnel, I think.
Is it orange?
Yeah, it's very. I can see.
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Welcome to the Hermitcraft Recap. My name is Pixel Riffs, the only person without a torso on the Hermitcraft server. Our writer is LoyXP, and he is currently buried up to the waist in quicksand. How's that working out for you, Loy?
She has hollowed out my leg.
Delightful! We're happy to see you guys on the first recap of the year of 2018. Visit our personal channels, linked in the description. We both produce regular survival Minecraft videos of our own. And with that out of the way, let's take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week. False Symmetry kicks out the old year by building a giant 2018 sign, just so no one forgets what year it is, apparently.
But let's press it one more time, just during the day, just to see what it really looks like. I love that the yellow, the orange, and then the red goes off like that. I like that a lot.
Now to wait for someone to build the rest of the giant calendar around it. Having fulfilled her community duty, False makes plans for her island base in the upcoming year and works on the medieval dining room inside her clifftop castle. You just wait for horizontal item frames. 1.13's got you covered. While you're living in 2018, Joe Hilda's mind is still on 2017 as he levels out the walls of Castle Ravenloft and clears up the presents Scar left for him at the community area, which, by the way, since they weren't in the Secret Santa recap, was a set of enchanted elytra and some rocket supplies.
It's okay for a year that has a lot of bad things to also have good things. In fact, I would say we need to prioritize making good things happen, regardless of how many bad things there are.
Scar starts the year by building skyscrapers. Yay, back to that good stuff. The new ones are going to have cactus farm towers in them, and there's two of them because Scar likes the colour green twice as much or something.
I love it. It's amazing. Also, that dirt block's driving me crazy. That one dirt block is like still on my mind. That's all I think about.
TFC has the reverse approach to building his chorus farm. He doesn't want them scraping the sky at all because that makes it hard to farm those hard to reach flowers. So planting them in a cell underground makes sure they won't grow super tall. He also puts the quartz Joe left him as a Secret Santa present to good use, remodeling the roof of Wells Knight's example house.
Kind of really derped it up until I got down to look at it, and I'm thinking, whoa, it just looks kind of odd.
And speaking of fixing Wells Knight's stuff, Zombie Cleo pays him a visit to fix her own redstone on the We Wish You a Merry Christmas music box.
If it doesn't work this time, I'm retiring my redstone skills.
Back at her base, Cleo puts Christmas tree decoration heads back on the offering altar. That was a sentence I just said. And having decided to keep Zloy's floating head as a decoration for future holidays, Cleo includes the rest of Zloy into the lore by building his giant torso stuck in the quicksand and being mined for his Zloy meat.
Sorry, Zloy, if you're watching, which you probably are because you do the recap. You're being mined for your goopy bits. It's just how life is.
There are easier ways to get rotten flesh. You have a zombie spawner and a lab around it. Coincidentally, Zedaf also finds a zombie spawner right underneath the Worm Man shop, and the way he uses it is all kinds of Zedaf.
To actually utilise it to fully show off Worm Man's heroic side.
With some wit and a bunch of redstone, he makes a display that presents an animatronic Worm Man chopping zombies in half with one swift motion.
And here goes, go Worm Man, go! Yeah, it worked perfectly.
Too much power for a simple armor stand, really. But don't worry, we're safe as long as it doesn't come alive and roam the perimeters at night. This isn't Five Nights at Zeddy's or anything. But rest assured, a different horror is coming right for you in the form of Azuma's new minigame, a competitive parkour race through iron bars, ladders, and lava, combining people being angry at gravity with people being angry at each other.
But anyway, let me show you my wonderful parkour skills. Of course, now that I'm recording, I'm going to land in the cobwebs all of the time.
His next two episodes are a Q&A episode, so check that one out if there's something you always wanted to know about X but didn't get a chance to ask, and a video in which Azuma tries out the new Minecraft textures by Jappa, and even visits a couple of other people's bases to play a hardcore game of Spot the Difference. If he needed to get familiar with Python's base first, this would be the ideal time to do that. Having merged his Minecraft videos back into his main Python GB channel, the first thing on the agenda is a fully fledged base tour, including showing off his beach resort, because, well, why wouldn't you?
And we've got this little area here, a little pond here, because why not? And this doesn't actually serve a purpose currently, aside from housing this here snowman, which I do believe False Symmetry gave us, so yeah. We never actually named that guy.
Tango Tech does the work on the interior of his elevator tower, by which of course I mean that he slaps a spooky face on it. Aside from that, it's the ominous nethery design, and we couldn't ask for a better one, if only out of fear for our lives. Surprisingly, having finished that thing, Tango decides to mess around with sand entities on top of fences, moving to Scar City, of all places, in case the thing blows up or something. One would assume that there's little to no volatile action in the sand block placed on a fence post, but this is Tango we're talking about. Someone get this man something redstoney to stare at before he dooms us all. Enter Impulse SV, who invites him to Hermitproof, the ghast farm that they worked on a couple of live streams ago. While it's technically very functional, there's a danger of the ghasts blowing everything up if the hermits so much as look at them funny. So, one glass box and an auto-sorting system later, they're able to peacefully collect all the tiers they could ever want. And it's not suspicious at all that they're stockpiling the materials they need to make both regeneration potions and high explosives.
Oh, the droppers aren't facing the right way. So people are gonna rage, man. People are gonna rage.
Ruh-roh, ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Wait, start over, tear it down.
Hey.
Meanwhile, Impulse SV is set on making some big changes to the waters around his Atlantis pillar, and he seems set on proving that Mumbo isn't the only one who can have a giant coffee table. Mumbo's own base building intentions are back on dry land as he starts drafting pathways and houses for a town on the nearby shore. But when Iskall calls and says there's a new mustachioed statue in town, he can't help but show up.
Oh, I just saw a hat. I just saw some kind of hat.
Yeah.
What is that? Is this another Bumbo something or other? What's his name? Go on. Also been sick. This is Bumbo Olaf Frostoni.
It's pretty funny.
This guy's fantastic.
The two of them take a trip over to Fred the Kingdom minigame to revisit the redstone circuitry behind the Rotten Flesh trade-in shop, and this time Mumbo pretty much nails it. With the shop in Mumbo's capable hands, Iskall takes a moment to look around the Horde HQ with Jappa's new textures and see what he would have built differently.
Yeah, it still works though. I really like what we did here. Anyway, I also wanted to say that I want to spend the next few episodes on the Orc Kingdom. I'm very, very excited to build with this type of build style.
And finally, there's Cubfan, who... Shut up! No, you don't. No piano music either. This is a serious, factual analysis show.
Jarvis, do robots enjoy Christmas? Only a fool asks such things. Okay. Wow. Jarvis straight up roasting people here on Christmas. What about dragons?
In the new year, Cub takes on a new task, which is transforming his island into an enchanted forest of wonders. And there's no better thing to start it with than a giant dark oak tree. Man, the apples from that thing must be enormous. I also cherish the thought of there being a completely bald dark oak forest somewhere with no leaf blocks just sitting there on the server. The smokestack also gets an upgrade and now has an actual reason to be smoking, as it has actual furnaces cooking up the meats inside of it. I guess before it was just polluting the air for the fun of it. Plus, the Cub Hub is finally connected to the Nether Hub via a wormhole tunnel populated with cross-dimensional pig monsters and a 3-dimensional minecart railway.
And yeah, see what it looks like? Yeah, that looks really cool. I'm really happy with this. Nice. So that's what we want to be able to do. Go right from the wormhole into the Cub Hub, and then back out as well. Almost made it.
And that's just about it for this week's recap. Thank you for joining us for the first recap of 2018. Our writer is ZloyXP, and my name is PixelRiffs. This week, I built a giant obelisk made of diamonds in the air above my base, and you can check out that episode in the end cards. Don't forget to leave a like to support the show, subscribe so you won't miss future recaps, and share this video with the Hermitcraft fans in your life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.